I am with Dr. Victor Wee, Secretary General of Ministry of Tourism of Malaysia. How are you, Dr. Wee?
Well, I'm fine, thanks very much.
What are you looking to get out of this conference?
Well, I think basically this is a preparatory conference to lead to a ministerial conference to be held in London in November. I think it covers many important issues. I think, first of all, this is really to bring up the issue of how tourism and climate change are highly interrelated. It is both the victim as well as the vector for climate change. And in this discussion, the organizers managed to bring in a good body of different interest groups, different stakeholders to address this issue. I think so far the discussions in this conference have been very good presentations and highlighting of what are some of the central issues for climate change. Now,
And what are you looking to get out of it as it relates to Malaysia and
Yes.
what your work at the ministry is?
well, actually, basically, Malaysia, we are fortunate enough to be really a carbon sink because of the large areas of our country, close to about 70%, has been covered with forest. But we are also, we have long coastlines with islands as well, with beautiful coral reefs, and being situated in an area, in a region in which we could also be fairly vulnerable to climate change. Although just looking at the situation right now, it would seem as if the impact on climate change on our tourism industry does not seem to be that significant, that large as compared with some other countries. But these are some kind of medium-term and long-term issues that we should be looking forward to. The other thing, as a kind of realization that I had while attending this meeting, is a large portion of our tourists are really from short-haul tourists, and maybe about 10% from longer-haul tourists. I think the travel industry is being made to feel guilty because of long-haul tourists, because of the large carbon footprints. So in a sense, maybe just looking at the composition of tourism in Malaysia, maybe the kind of composition that we have is one that makes us feel less guilty. But I think the most important thing about this is that the tourism industry is coming up to say, let us not be taken away by this guilt feeling that people are making us feel, but really to focus on how we can contribute in a very positive way, in what way can we respond to climate change.
Isn't it, at the end of the day, though, the equation is what is the total sum or the balance of things? Because it can't be just focused on long-haul travel, can it? I mean, there are other things that a country or destination may be doing that balances out maybe the negative effect of the long haul.
Yes, but I think in some cases, the countries, for instance, like Maldives and Seychelles, they basically would have to depend on long-haul tourists, and the only way to get to these islands is really to fly. But the other thing that also comes about from yesterday's discussion was that even in the aviation industry, they're also using technological innovations in order to reduce maybe the consumption of fossil fuel. So these are the kind of things that we can actually look forward. And maybe it is good for us to be able to sound a alarm right now, so that all of us could work in a collaborative manner to see how we can address it, so that we can actually reduce and mitigate the consequences of climate change.